Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I'm here with the coach, John Brent.
I'm here with the vet, Ian Griffin.
Hey, man, did you see the football game last night?
My homeboy. Did you see that?
Man.
3 touchdowns like it was nothing.
Did you see that running back?
Hey, the running back, where's he from, LSU?
I think so.
Yeah, he was really good. And the other guy was out because his mom has cancer.
Somebody compared him to Derrick Henry, and I'm like, he looked more like Ezekiel Elliott or something
Yeah.
to me.
I mean, he's
Man.
not big like Derrick Henry,
No,
but he
no.
was all over the place. But Mahomes, one of those throws he had, it's a Mahomes throw. That's what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was great to have football back. It was great to have NFL back. I know I was just sitting on the couch just kind of taking it all in and looking forward to more of it.
I said it's about time. I just enjoyed watching people get hit, you know,
Exactly.
and people make catches, and it was just fun to get behind, you know.
Absolutely. And
So-
I think I'm ready for the year. It's going to be a great year.
So what do you think about Sunday night's games? And what's kind of crazy is we're going to talk this, but we're going to release this Monday, so we'll have the hindsight behind us. So what do you think about Sunday, like the
Well-
Eagles and the Washington team?
Well, I don't know what we're going to call it. Maybe do it like Prince, the formerly known as. But I really think that the Eagles are going to have a great year. I think that them and the Cowboys are going to battle out for the East. Going into Washington, I still think the Eagles are going to take this. I mean, who does Washington have? The only thing that I will give Washington, I love their coach,
I do too.
and I think he's going to have them fired up. So I think it's a 9.5, 10-point spread. I don't think it's going to be that.
Riverboat Ron, you know.
Yeah.
But let's state the obvious with the Eagles. Will the quarterback even last the whole game? Because he
No.
sure don't last the season. We all know that.
Well,
You know.
he's very brittle, but I think if he does stay healthy, they're a team to deal with all year, even in the playoffs. But like you said, there's no way. Well, the way he's been in the past, that he's going to be there the whole year.
So what do you think about the Dolphins and the Patriots? Patriots got a new quarterback. The Dolphins got a new vamped defense.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, yes.
I'm not a Cam Newton fan, so I think this is a game that they have. The Patriots, I think, are 6-point favorites. If I look the last I looked at it, I think I'd take the Dolphins. If I was betting on this, I'd take the Dolphins.
So I will say this is, I think Cam Newton is a decent caliber quarterback, and I think he's going to surprise some people with the Patriots. I just don't think he's going to do it the first game of the season.
Absolutely.
And,
So I have to ask this question, since I am a lifelong Cowboys fan. Everybody knows that, but I don't always put my stock in Dak. Would you take Cam or Dak?
Dak.
Okay, just asking. Go ahead.
Dak has no injuries yet,
Yeah.
and Dak still has a lot of future left, where Cam is he's at the peak already, and he's kind of on the downside.
I got that.
So what do you think about the Bills and the Jets?
Well, this is a game I thought, when I first saw this, I thought, man, this is great. This is a way, I actually we have a video that we've done where we picked the NFL for the year, and I think I have the Bills winning that division and also doing pretty well in the playoffs. So I'm going to take the Bills on this one. The Jets are usually tough on the road, especially at Bill Stadium, but I'm going to go ahead and take Patriots. What you got?
I take the Bills as well, but I don't think the Jets are going to lie down for them. I
No?
think the Jets it's going to be a tough game, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, so-
Good thing.
So then, of course, we go to Sunday night, and on Sunday night we have the Rams and the Cowboys.
Well,
So what do you think
well,
on
we're
this?
playing. Are they playing this game in Dallas? Or are they playing this game in LA?
In the new stadium in L.A.
Okay, then I think I saw absolutely that the Cowboys are favored to win this game.
No, I saw it the other way around. The Rams are.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys.
I'm going to say this yeah, I think the Cowboys are going to win. I think that you're going to see them come out with an offense that they're going to light it up. And, many times last year, the offense just wasn't there. It got the stats, but it didn't get no touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think they're going to light it up. I think C.D. Lamb is going to be something that everybody's going to go, whoa, look at that guy.
I do too. I think he's going to have a great season. All right, so we got 2 more games on the Monday night.
So the Steelers and the Giants. I don't trust the G-Man for anything.
No, I'm taking the Steelers. You can go ahead and go to
Yeah.
the next one.
And then you have the Titans and the Broncos.
I'm a big Titans fan. Outside the Chiefs, if the Chiefs weren't where they are right now, I think the Titans would be right on the cusp of the Super Bowl.
So I like the Titans, but what I'll say with the Titans is the Broncos picked up that speedy receiver. So but Cortland Sutton's out.
Yes.
So I think Titans going to take that game.
All right, well, here we go. We got 5 games. We're getting ready for the first week. We had a great Thursday night. Chiefs, my homeboy, did it.
Yep.
Here we go. So let's stay tuned, stay tuned,
Stay tuned. Hey, Coach.
Oh, sorry.
Football in this local area, how's it been going with COVID and everything? How's that panned out?
Well, personally, we haven't had any issues with the COVID. Fingers crossed. There's a team that we play here next week that's had some issues, and there's some other ones that are actually one of our other local teams. So I figured what we ought to do is talk about some of the local teams in our area. We're out at Los Pinos, just between Pittsburgh and Gilmer. So let's go ahead and just talk about Pittsburgh now. We grew up in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And we're both Pirates. Love the Pirates. They've had a tough start. They're starting out right now 0-2. Had a tough loss last week to a team close to them at Mount Vernon.
Yep.
This week they're going to be playing. They were supposed to be playing Tatum, but Tatum had a COVID issue.
Yep.
And one of the players had gotten COVID, or supposedly we hear through the grapevine there might have been a few of them at a party getting COVID. I don't know. It's just what I hear. But I do know that their next game will be next Friday with Van. So they lost a game to Tatum, and then we'll just cancel that game. That's some of the things that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So also just down the road here on the other way, we're 10 miles this way is Pittsburgh, about 10 miles this way is Gilmer from Los Pinos.
Yep.
We got the Gilmer Buckeyes. Boy, they've been tough the last 10 years. The Buckeyes are tough. I know that they went the first game of the year and played their rival just down the street at Gladewater. And then last week they played Henderson. And they're 2-0.
2-0.
They're literally 2-0. They're going to play the 0-2 Atlanta Rabbits this week. Looks like they're going 3-0 for sure.
Man.
And then we got Mount Vernon just on the other side of Lake Cypress Springs, which we were at last week with the coach and the vet was out there with the Trump boat rally. What
yes,
a
we were.
Crazy thing that was. Only one boat sunk. Nobody died. Come on, people. It's okay. But Mount Vernon's 2-0. One of their victories is against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
It was.
And this week they play a team that has gone to state the last couple of years. Actually, I think it was last year. Paul Pewitt, between Dangerfield and Mount Pleasant up there. And what is those two towns? Omaha and Naples. There we go.
Yep.
So Paul Pewitt Brahmas.
Brahmas.
What a great name that is for these six, the Brahmas. And then just down the other side, down south, is Dangerfield Tigers, and they're 1-1. They lost to Tatum last week. Now, somehow between that game and afterwards, someone in Tatum got COVID. But
they were exposed to it. I don't know if they got it.
They were exposed. We're sorry. But this week they play a 2-0 team that is tough. Tough boys down the street called Sabine. So I guess Dangerfield didn't have any issues with the COVID, but they're playing Sabine. And one of the last ones we're going to talk about is just right between Gilmer, on the other side of Gilmer is a place that plays some really good six-man football by the name of the Union Hill Bulldogs.
Union Hill.
They are tough, and I'm telling you right now, they won their first game, and a lot of people don't know this, in six-man, games end at 45 points.
Wow.
So if you score 45 or if you have a 45-point advantage by halftime, game ends at halftime. If it goes in the third or the fourth quarter and you get up by 45, game ends. Now, Coach, you went to our game last week.
Yeah, that was a blowout.
It was 68-19, so once we got 49, they ended that. So what do you think about that six-man?
Man, that's a very fast-paced game. Well, the first quarter seemed a long time, but what I mean by fast-paced is fast scoring, let's say it like that. Absolutely. Just a few plays, and, man, there's a touchdown. Boom. Yeah. I mean, it makes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs look slow.
Come on now. I will say this. When I first started coaching six-man football, and I went out my first couple of practices, it was all over the place. And I was hired as a defensive coordinator, and I'm like, how do you defense this? And the offensive coach said, good luck. And he said, it's kind of like basketball on turf. So it's all over the place. Everyone's eligible to catch the ball. Second person to touch the ball can run it, and it's gone. But bringing up that Union Hill team, last week they actually had a cancellation due to weather. This week they got a cancellation due to COVID. And next week, the Kings Academy Christian Knights, my team, travels to
So
the
we'll
Union
see.
Hill Bulldogs.
We'll see if they're prepared. We'll
Well,
see.
what I did is I took this game trying to get our program to another level, and Coach Bragdon is brought. I mean, this program has been another level. He come from another place in Longview, and he has got this place. I mean, they are tough. So this year definitely will be the toughest game that the Kings Academy Knights have for us. But we're trying to build on something. So I told my kids, look, if you can stay with these guys, you can stay with any other team and stay, because they're a UIL team and we're a TAO team. We're a Christian league. So we're jumping up with the big boys, and we're not just jumping up in the big boy UIL. We're jumping up in the top 10 team.
Wow. So I think East Texas football, as you know, is always entertaining. It's always a lot of hard hitting. I know Pittsburgh had a major injury on their starting squad. They went down and scored a touchdown against Mount Vernon, and I think the running back got hurt after that. He's out for the season, from my understanding. And but that's East Texas football. It's hard hitting.
And one more update is all these 6-man teams that you're hearing me talk about, all the way to these 3 and 4A schools. All those guys have been playing already. The big boys, the 5 and 6A schools, start the weekend of the 24th, 25th of September. So then we'll have our Longviews, our John Tylers, and formerly known as Robbie Lee will be Tyler Legacy, all in the East Texas area, Texarkana, Ohio. They'll start playing on the 24th and 25th of September. And then we'll be back full football. And after seeing the Chiefs play and getting ready for some more NFL, I mean, I hate to say it, it's starting to feel normal again. It's starting to feel a little normal.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, so, from the coach to the vet.
Absolutely. Let's stay tuned. Stay tuned. Bulldogs don't kill us next week.
Hey, Coach, so we talked a little bit about this week's football games. Let's talk about next week's football games for the NFL.
Week 2 NFL?
Week 2.
Something that jumps right off the page to me is the Monday night game, which we'll get to, is the New Orleans Saints are going to travel to Las Vegas to play the Raiders.
Yes.
First game that will be in Las Vegas in the NFL in 50-year history.
Man, so that'll be interesting. Wow, you think about that. You been to Vegas?
No, I haven't.
I've been to Vegas, and it's all on that strip. There's people who live around there. A lot of people live around there, but that'll be interesting. We'll see how that turns out.
They're going to take the hype of the Oakland Raiders, because that was a mad, crazy place. I wonder if they're going to be able to transfer that. We'll find out pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, and we'll see if Drew Brees aged any in that.
Yes.
I do think he'll come up victorious still, though. Yeah. But I think it'll be an interesting thing. So what about earlier on Sunday, the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, it just going to depend, I think, how the Cowboys play on their game at the Rams, because they're going to go all the way out there. They're going to come all the way back. If they win that game, I think it'll be something that they can start a roll with. If they lose that game at the Rams, which, it's a possibility they can, that's going to be a whole lot of pressure on Dak Prescott to get that team rolling because of that contract issue that's come up.
Yep.
Because a lot of people think he should have got that money, and there's another group of people that say, look, you better prove it to us one more time.
Oh, I sit here and I think of the Falcons. You got Julio Jones and you got Calvin Ridley. You used to have Sanu. He's not there anymore. But can they stop that wide receivers? Now, Dallas got 3 wide receivers, so we'll see.
Could be a shootout.
It could be. We'll see how the defense steps up. So, and then after that, you got the Rams playing Philadelphia after Dallas just played them.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of get a judge. We'll be able to judge who the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles are after those 2 games, I think. What do you think, Coach?
I think the cream of the crop in the East is going to be, again, Philadelphia and Dallas. I think early on having these matchups with the Rams for both of them is going to let each other know, and even the fans know, how the teams are going to match up against each other, because I think the Cowboys and the Rams are very similar. And I think it will be right off the bat, see how they handle that in Philadelphia.
Yeah. My prediction, to be honest, is Carson Wentz makes it through that game, but the 3rd game he's done. He'll have his injury.
This game, they'll probably win.
He'll probably have a stubbed toenail or something, but he'll be out for the rest of the season.
One thing I will have to say, I think it's hard for me to really right off the bat say the LA Rams are going to be 0-2. So one of those teams, I think they will be.
Ooh. And then after that, traveling across country, the San Francisco 49ers are going to play the Jets. And the Jets is supposed to be revamped. We'll see about that. But traveling across country, and from what I understand, the way the NFL explained it, they are shortening that time that they're going to be away from their home stadium.
Exactly.
So there definitely could be some jet lag left over for that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be something that San Francisco, not only are they going to have that, but could they have a hangover from the Super Bowl? I mean, they had a big letdown. I mean, they had that game. With 6 minutes to go in that game, they're up by 10. They lose the Super Bowl. A lot of people start saying Jimmy Garoppolo is this great, and then all of a sudden Jimmy Garoppolo might be a choke. I mean, who knows? So we'll see how the team responds.
It worries me about Jimmy Garoppolo due to the fact that in the NFC Championship, he passed 6 times, I think it was.
Right. So it's not about his arm like we thought it was.
No.
But I will have to say this. I think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to travel to the Jets, and I do think they'll win the game.
I do think they'll win also. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Jimmy carrying it the whole way.
No.
So, and then you have the Baltimore Ravens playing the
Ravens.
Houston Texans after they just lost.
Well, I mean, think about Houston. They got Mahomes. Now they're going to have Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, 1-2 right off the bat. Could you imagine having to be that defensive coordinator? I wouldn't want to do it.
And I'll say this, Lamar Jackson is, in the regular season, is phenomenal.
Right.
Get him in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden you hand him his kryptonite, and he's at the toddler chair after that, and he just ain't playing the football game he was in the regular season.
I agree with all of that. I do think Watson will pull this out at home. I think if this was in Baltimore, I'd pick Baltimore, but since it's in Houston, I'll take Houston.
Okay, and then we have the Patriots playing the Seattle Seahawks.
Brady-less Patriots.
Yes.
Cam Newton Patriots.
Will they go 0-2?
They're going 0-2. It's hard to win in Seattle.
Well, you know, you won't have the fans, but although we watched the Chiefs the other night, and the Chiefs, it was loud there.
It was.
You know, so who knows on that.
But you never know with Belichick. They could be 2-0, and they could be flying high. Who knows? He'll
run the ball the whole darn game just to keep them off the field, you know, so who knows. So, well, I just thought this was a good little wrap-up, and, you know, sorry we didn't talk about everybody else's teams, but anyway, from the coach to the vet, just wanted to say hi to everybody and talk about the NFL.
All right.
I think we
Stay tuned.
Yes, sir.